Today in the shop, I got to ride more than one bike to test the WINDSLAYER, kind of compare on a faired bike and a naked bike at various speeds. And what I came to the conclusion, well, I'm not going to come to the conclusion yet because there's more testing to do, but it looks like we can make marginal gains in getting rid of the wind noise. But then all of this really is in the ear of the beholder. Now this should be a very special day. It's really cold out there right now, way colder than I normally would ride, but there's bad weather coming in this afternoon. So what I thought I'd do this morning is get a nice early ride and get really good and cold, maybe get pneumonia, something else that's a lot of fun. I wanted to get a ride on the GS, just enough of a ride that I could record half an hour or so of the exhaust sound at various throttle openings and speeds. And maybe what I'm trying to do is one bike without a fairing. This bike has no fairing. This is just a shoebox going down the road. And one of the bikes that's more aerodynamic and quiet like the Ninja. Now the whole purpose of that test is if I can chop out, I got the thing already installed, the WINDSLAYER is already installed, and it looks like it fits into the mount okay. I was worried I'd have to make a special mount. I do have handlebar mounts for this to test also. But first I want to get this working because this is the one that I always think most of the footage I like to share. And there's no telling how the day is going to play out because that weather is rolling in quicker than I can imagine. But while I'm able to do this, I got up early, I got suited up, and I'm ready to get out there and get this test done. I'm trying to do it in pieces. Now the next logical step would be to take two other bikes. The R1 is a good example. And just do some highway riding. But for right now, this will give us some basic data, and I think it'll be information worth sharing. Let me just show this as a close-up. Let me get out of here and show this. Had this mounted up really, really nice. I was really shocked. And I did a little test. I was able to turn it on and off and with a glove on, but it is a lot more convenient with a glove off. So we're going to see how this plays out and see if we can learn anything. Obviously there are limitations to the test today because I don't have a way of mounting a radar detector on the GS. So we'll be kind of conservative about getting on the gas and going through the gears or whatever. And if we had the radar detector, we'd be a lot more comfortable, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. And the other one I want to test, well, I don't know how much time we're going to have. This really does eat up the better part of a day. And with losing the weather, but this would be the next one on my test list, just to get an idea of how that sound is going to come through that WINDSLAYER. And then a final thing I thought would be a great thing to do is when Luciano gets his H1 all put together with the blue parts, it would be a great excuse to get up there with the RD and put them side by side and take some pictures. His H1 came out show quality. What we're really looking for is just the sound here. Trying various throttle openings and backing off the gas. It's what you normally do on a normal ride. I'm trying to replicate that. And all of this was under about 50 miles an hour anyway. But this is where we shoot a lot of the footage, and this is where that wind noise gets annoying. Now, until I play this on my big screen TV, I won't really know the answer. But as I'm editing it, it seems like there's a little less wind noise than I'm used to. really know. There's ongoing testing. This will take a long time. So this finishes up the first part of the test with the 650R. Okay, so we did get some data on a short ride, and all I'm looking for is the sound. I'm not even looking for the visual part of the video, but I think we got about 15 minutes of video that I can evaluate the sound, and this is with the WINDSLAYER. All the video today is with the WINDSLAYER. Next up, I want to get about 15 minutes of video with the GS. The GS has no aerodynamics at all. There should be a lot of wind noise with the GS. On the initial edit, it sounds like the naked bike makes a lot more wind noise. And for sure, the WINDSLAYER might have made it better, but it's still there. But the biggest part of that is that it's a naked bike without a fairing. And none of these speeds are really high speeds because we're in a populated area. But even with the WINDSLAYER, the wind noise is very annoying. So that gives me some pretty good data, I hope, on, as before I go inside and take the gear off. I have some data on a bike with no fairing at all, and a bike that's pretty aerodynamic. One that's a little bit louder, one that's a little bit quieter. Actually, this bike is probably the quietest of them. And I'm really looking forward to going down there and looking at that video and editing it and seeing, well, we'll see what we come up with on this test. This was really a productive day. And the biggest thing I learned from this whole test was that the unfaired bikes really do disturb the air, and the aerodynamic bikes seem to make a lot less wind noise, but the reality is they both make wind noise. So we do try to post up something every day of interest to motorcyclists. We're in an ongoing test to try to make the sound that comes from the GoPro cameras better. I'm sure there's a lot more testing to be done. We'll do it as time is available, and I'll share everything we learn. Now, I want to thank the healthcare workers. Guys, thank you so much keeping our family safe and keeping us that we can basically enjoy our motorcycles and our family and our life. Again, thank you guys so much. So I hope you did enjoy the video, and thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching.